Thank you to KIWI Design for sending us the H4 boost strap for the MetaQuest 3S and the G4 Max extension grips for the MetaQuest 3S controller. So, let's take a look at what we have here. Oh, cool, man, yeah. Okay, so right off the bat, you open up the box and you can see it's packaged very well, very securely. These cardboard inserts for transportation. Remove those, and here is your H4 Boost head strap. Everything comes pre-assembled, so installation should be a breeze. Just looking at it, we have a top strap for extra security. We have a front hook that attaches to the top of the HMD, and the two arms that attach to the sides of your HMD. The H4 Boost also has a battery that is integrated into the head strap itself, which acts as a perfect counterweight. Fantastic. And you are greeted with an instructional manual and some product information. Very cool. Okay, let's look at the G4 Max controller grips. Alright, so as you can see, they arrived in this nondescript box. I'm sure the retail version will look different, but however, let's open it up and take a look. And yes, as you can see, you have the grips here. Also see included some extra strips. What these do is they fit behind the battery, so you can remove your battery with ease, and I'll get into that in just a moment. Alright, let's get her installed. So first things first, let's attach the arms to the arms of the HMD. Very simple process of just clicking it into place. Just apply some pressure and you'll hear it click. Once that's installed, you can go ahead and hook the top of the HMD onto the H4 Boost via the integrated hook system. Now, I'm using a third-party facial interface, so it was a bit finicky to get this hook on, but once it's on secure. For the official facial interface, I don't think it would be a problem at all. Now, as you can see, the arms at the front of the HMD can be adjusted forward and back to increase or decrease your FOV as desired. And that's it installed. As you can see, it took literal seconds to get that bad boy on. Perfectly balanced front to back. Battery is integrated, so it should at least double your playtime. Alright, so how do we install them? Well, we got to remove the outer casing of the battery compartment from our controller. Just take that off. also remove the battery inside. Okay. Now take your grip and simply slide your controller in. It should go on with relative ease, alright? Once you get the silicone cover on there, it should feel quite snug to the controller. Now, the battery compartment. Remember before I mentioned those tabs? Okay, open your battery compartment, you'll have a tab already installed. Just make sure that is flush to the rear of the battery compartment. Take your battery and insert it. Now you'll see that simply by pulling on that tab you'll be able to remove the battery should you need to change it in the future. The compartment simply closes over and it becomes flush. There you have it. That is installed again within seconds. So you can just put your hand in the grip here, pull on the string to make it tighter, or press the button on the bottom of your controller to loosen the string again. It all depends on you and your hand. They also come with lanyards for that extra secure, which also feel comfortable to the skin. And then you just repeat the process for the second controller and you're good to go. Alright, so there you have it guys. Let's give this a week or so. We're going to put the H4 Boost and the G4 Max to the test and we'll see how we get on. Alright guys, so it's been a solid week and a half of using these peripherals and here's what we think. Okay, so onto the HMD itself. Very, very lightweight, very, very comfortable. The battery offers a great counterweight effect. It actually feels as though I'm not wearing anything on my head. It's balanced perfectly. It's not front heavy, it's not back heavy. It's just fine. Getting the fit how I liked it took a little time because there are multiple points of articulation. I'll go through that now. So as you can see on the front of the HMD there is a dial and that moves this hook system up and down. This allows me to pitch my HMD forward and back. Okay, this allows me to get a good sweet spot depending on the head shape. So I have that dialed in just how I like it. The arms on the side can also be pushed forward and back for FOV. Again, this is going to depend on you, but this is what worked for us. The back of the head strap cups the head really nicely. Points of articulation on the arm itself, so I was able to fit it nicely just below the cranium of my head here at the back, and it fits really nicely. Once I have the dials adjusted how I like them, then I adjust the top strap to make sure everything is secure and kept held in. That is it. So as I say, this head strap is very, very lightweight. Zero pressure is felt on the back of the head, front of the face, or anywhere really. You do feel points of contact on the forehead and on the top of the head where the head strap sits, and of course you feel a point of contact at the rear and a point of contact at the front, but there is zero pressure. It just simply sits there. And what's really cool is, even though it's lightweight and it just feels as though it's sitting on your head, it does not move around. It is secure where it is. I don't know what kind of voodoo KIWI design have done, but it just sits there and it's perfect. I didn't lose the sweet spot once. Now, onto the controllers. I do feel this is going to be quite subjective, but the controllers do feel as though they're built for someone with large hands. Now, I am someone built with small everything. Well, almost everything. You know what I mean? You know what I mean, ladies? Man, come off it. Okay, so what I'm going to say is, just due to my hand size, I found it quite difficult to access the X and Y buttons on the controllers, and also when using the analog sticks and I wanted to push as far forward as I could, I found it quite difficult to do that with the grips installed. Now that's down to my hand size. Someone with larger hands, I don't foresee this being a problem. So if you use the controllers as stock and you've got large hands and you find them small in your hand, this might just be the solution for you. If you find the stock controller to be fine as they are, you probably do not need this grip. I would invest in another grip that's wraps around your knuckles if that's what you want. But the G4 Max is probably not for you if you've got smaller hands. Now what I do like is that once you have it on, that's it. You have ease of access to the battery compartment if you need it. It feels very, very good in the hand. The grip is great, not too abrasive, not too soft, and the wrap around the knuckle is fantastic. It holds it in place. I don't feel like I'm going to drop this thing. For fast-paced games like Beat Saber, I found these grips to be fantastic, but as I said, for games where I need to use the buttons and the analog sticks, I did find it cumbersome. But that was just me. I would, however, recommend this for people with larger hands who find the stock configuration of the controllers to be that little bit too small for them. This may be the solution, you guys. So there you have it, guys. That is our thoughts on the KIWI Design H4 Boost head strap and G4 Max controller grips. All right.